Hi, Shane Saracen. With another thing, I've been showing books and stuff that I did, but I'm going to talk about this really quick. And this is not to reap or try to get sympathy, anything like that. About 3 years ago or so, I had a stroke, and it was minor, and that's great, but it did affect my control, slight momentary paralyzing of the right, and I had to work on developing a stroke that would go straight up and down again. I had a bad swipe to it up after the stroke, and I couldn't even brush my teeth with this hand, because I couldn't control it at first. So one of the first things I did was to grab a drumstick and just work on trying to get that stroke straight up and down, and developing that stroke to be like the left hand. And my friends at Vader sent me a pad for me to work and a set of Dom's sticks, and I just kept practicing this. And one of the things that I practiced so much was I learned, of course, I had been a drumline instructor and learned over many, many years the basic warm ups. And I went back to the basics and just tried to do 8 on a hand and get a nice consistent sound, and focus on keeping that stroke up and down. And once I started developing that, one of the things that I did a lot, and this credit goes to Tommy Igoe, he won't know it. I took this, the Great Hands for a Lifetime. Now, first off, whether you have a stroke or not, this is amazing. It's valuable information for everybody. And this doesn't matter if you have drum corps hands, you have jazz hands, you have blues hands. The point is, he talks about letting the stick do a lot of the work, and this is a great thing. There's a great chart to follow, and there's a great workout and an interpretation, if you want to call it that, of rudiments put into a format to develop some kind of musicality or warm-ups with them. And the idea is to challenge yourself and give yourself the independence, the coordination, the flexibility that you need to perform. And you can apply that to the drum set. This is really more about playing on a pad or a snare drum. And this was, no pun intended, a lifesaver to me, because I would get on and take some of these basic things and work that like crazy to get my hand back. Now, a lot of you see that I do videos all the time. Do I feel like my hand, stroke wise and stuff, is back? Yes, I do. Do I feel like I have 100% of my speed back? No. I took a master class from Todd Sucherman recently just to try to get more input and more insights, and Todd was great with that too. And for those who talk about my pinky, I've said this 1,000 times, I'll say it again. I broke this pinky several times and broke the hand there. It hangs off by itself. It's difficult for me to push it in there. Now it's in, but my hand is so tight to do that. So if I'm playing something relatively loose and comfortable, it doesn't hang out. But the minute I do anything that's more challenging, a lot of times you'll see my pinky start to pop out. I could tape it in if I want to, but I just don't worry about it, because I feel like if unless I'm in a drum line, and I'm too old to be in a drum line, that's gonna have to worry about it. But it's like, I feel like if I went to an audition, nobody's gonna say, your pinky hangs out. We're not looking for a drummer whose pinky hangs out. They're looking for a good groove and somebody who can play time and do what they need. So do I worry about it? No, because it's not me pushing it out that makes my hand tighten up. It's just hanging out. I don't have a lot of control over that. And I also had a car accident, and I have nerve damage on the hand too. So there's been a lot, but I've been able to overcome it. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just saying, if you have issues, this is a lifesaver. And kudos to Tommy Igoe. I think this is the best thing he ever did. I think Groovy Centrals is amazing. I think this should be a staple for everybody. So there's my pitch. Thank you to Tommy Igoe. Whether he knows it or not, it was a lifesaver for me, and really gave me something to latch onto, in addition to a lot of the basics that I went back to restart that path of getting my hands back in good shape. So Great Hands for a Lifetime was a lifesaver. Check it out.